Bianca, you there? What the freaking hell was going on with today's lunchbox? It was full of leftovers from yesterday's dinner!
Sorry, Gabriel. I was rushing around like a headless chicken this morning. Louise messed up my normal routine when she decided to projectile vomit all over the kitchen.
Seriously? You're gonna blame this on my little sister's kid?
It's not like that. I had to visit your mom in hospital, too.
Oh, what's this? It's my mom's fault now? Make your damn mind up already, you responsibility-dodging tightwad! When are you gonna stop blaming my family for your mistakes?
Will you stop talking to me like that? I'm not trying to blame anyone. I've been taking care of your mom all on my own ever since we moved in with her. Not to mention looking after Louise. Then there's all the housework on top of it.
Oh, wow, stop being such a crybaby! My mom's got a bad back. She's not capable of zooming around the house like she did when she was young anymore. And my sister's a single mom. You've got the most free time in your hands, so it's only fair you do all the housework and look after Louise.
I don't mind helping out here and there, but no one ever told me I'd be doing everything. Besides, we were only supposed to be living here until your sister found a job. What happened to that? It's been half a year now. It doesn't even seem like she's looking for work.
It's not easy for new moms to find a job, you know. Society is hard on people like my sister.
We were due to renew the contract on our old apartment when you asked me how I felt about moving in with your family. But it was only supposed to be for a little while. I never would have agreed to it if I knew things would end up like this.
So what are you saying? That the two of us should move away on our own?
You're the one who said you were thinking about moving your mom into a care facility before we all started living together. But you never talk about it at all these days. Have you changed your mind?
My mom might not be as good on her feet as she used to be, but she's still as sharp as a knife mentally. I feel awful throwing her into some facility full of people with dementia just because her walking's a little unsteady.
Taylor goes out to hang with her friends every single day. She literally never lifts a finger around the house. She could at least help with the housework and play a part in raising her own daughter until she finds a job. What's the point in her living here? Are we running a hotel service now or something?
The point is that she's looking for work. What's she supposed to do if she finds a job all of a sudden? It's better for her if me and you are around to help out with Louise when the time comes. Family are supposed to help each other out in times like this. Not everything is about you, you know. God, you can be cold sometimes.
How am I being cold? I just want things to be done fairly is all, and I feel like I'm being taken advantage of with how things are right now. Why don't we just move out and send them a monthly allowance instead? If we have more space to ourselves, you can work remotely more often. To tell you the truth, Gabriel, I'm almost at a breaking point.
You're almost at a breaking point just from living with my mom and sister? You're unreal. If you're this stressed now, how the heck are you gonna cope when we have kids one day? Quit your whining and tough it up.
What, so I'm just supposed to lay down and take it when you and your family treat me like your own live-in slave? I do all the housework and am basically acting as your niece's mom. Want to know the worst thing? I still get complaints. Your food sucks, or that's not how you vacuum, you pea-brained doofus. Are just a couple of the things your lovely, charming mother and sister take great pride in yelling at me. They even tell me to remake meals from scratch when they don't like something.
Have you considered that maybe they might be right? They're just trying to encourage you to improve. How about doing the housework to a standard that everyone's happy with? Have you thought about that? Have you? Huh?
Gabriel! What the hell has gotten into you lately? I'm telling you, I'm struggling to keep on top of everything. Is it any wonder the housework isn't perfect when I have about a million other things to do on top of it? You never help me either.
That's because I'm a man. Us men don't do housework. We go out and earn money. Why do you think you have the luxury of whining at me from the comfort of a warm home with a well-stocked fridge? Because I, the man, pay for you to live in it.
I'm grateful for that. But would it really kill you to help me out a little on your days off every now and then? I don't get days off because there's always housework to be done.
You're a stay-at-home housewife. Why the frick do you need days off? All you have to do is remain fully fed, clothed, and watered, to shut your mouth, and to take care of things at home, and you still find things to complain about. Most people will kill to have it easy as you. Stop being so selfish.
Am I really being selfish?
This is just how shared living arrangements are. Stop whining and do your job. The last thing I need is you nagging at me when I'm already exhausted from work.
Gabriel, will you be coming home soon? You promised you'd look after Louise this afternoon.
Sorry, babe, I can't make it home anymore.
Huh? Why? Where are you? I thought you said you were only going out to pick up a few things from the store. Didn't you say you wanted to spend the rest of your day relaxing at home?
I, bumped into a friend on the way. We decided to head into the city for a meal together. It's been a while, and we thought it'd be nice to catch up.
Gabriel, please. I have an appointment at the salon soon. What am I supposed to do about Louise? God knows where Taylor went. She's nowhere to be found as usual, and your mom's out at the day service.
I don't know, take her to the salon with you? You'll figure something out.
I can't do that, please, Gabriel. Can't you reschedule, or maybe bring your friend back here?
Shut your goddamn mouth, bitch! Cancel the salon and quit bugging me.
What did you just call me? Oh my God, Gabriel! This is my first salon appointment in 6 months!
Why the hell do you need to look pretty? No one pays attention to you in the first place. Ever hear the phrase of polishing a turd? You're a woman, and you have long hair like women are supposed to? What else do you freaking need? Just tie it in a ponytail and save your money.
Oh my God, you're so horrible. Do I ask a lot of you? No. All I'm asking is that you let me go to the salon this one time. Why am I the only one who has to make sacrifices all the time? I do everything I can for you and your family, and I drop my plans to do favors for your mom and sister all the time too. We're supposed to be married, but I feel like I'm on my own these days. Can't we start working as a team like we used to?
Well, then go during the week instead. Why you gotta pester me with your bullcrap? I'm busy.
I'm asking you because I can't go during the week. I don't have enough free time for that. Your mom refuses to have anything to do with looking after Louise, which leaves me fully responsible for her when Taylor's not around. Which is basically all the time. I don't get any opportunities to do the things that I want to do.
So use your head and find a salon that will let you take Louise along. All right, problem solved.
Louise isn't the only one I'm looking after. Your mom gets grumpy whenever I'm not around the house, and I always get an earful when I get home because of how I failed in my duty as her caregiver. A role I don't remember signing up for. If I'm home even a little later than planned when I go out grocery shopping, she flips out and starts throwing things at me. Last week I had to dodge a flying cucumber that almost hit me square in the face.
Oh, I think I know why. She's super embarrassed about doing her business in her diaper. I think she gets upset when you're not around to take her to the toilet.
Right, so anyway, the point I'm making is that this isn't exactly the ideal situation for me to break away and spend a couple of hours at the salon. I don't want to cause them a nuisance by canceling last minute. I'm begging you, will you please come home just this once?
Impossible is impossible, and no means no.
Gabriel, you promised we'd work together before we agreed to move in with your family.
What am I supposed to do? I have a social life too, you know.
Oh, you do? That must be nice. I had no choice but to abandon my social life when we moved in here. I never get time to go visit my own folks or even see my friends. I get no time to myself anymore.
God damn it, woman, I said shut your mouth already. This is what being a wife is all about. You should have known what you were signing up for when we got married.
I really don't think it is.
The bottom line is, I can't come home now, and that's final. If you're so desperate to go to the salon, try getting in touch with Taylor and see if she'll come home to watch Louise. She's her mom, not me.
I tried. She won't pick up.
Give up then.
Gabriel, please come home. I'm begging you.
God, you're annoying. If you ask me to come home one more time, we're getting a divorce.
Excuse me? Divorce?
Quit your tedious whining about how awful living with my family is and use your own goddamn brain to fix your own goddamn problems. One of my buddies and his wife moved in with his parents, but she doesn't whine like this. Why can't you be more like her? Why are you so special that you have to bitch and complain about every little thing at every opportunity? If you answer me back one more time, we're getting a divorce, bitch. I'm gonna head over and pick up a set of divorce papers on the way home later just so they'll be ready if I ever need to use them. My little trump card.
I see. So you're willing to divorce me?
Yep, 'cause you're freaking annoying. If you don't want to get divorced, then I suggest you shut your mouth and take a long, hard think about your behavior. I'm still gonna put my signature on the divorce papers just in case. Next time you give me crap, those motherfuckers are getting filed. You better be ready to sign them if that day comes.
Gabriel, hey, it's getting late. Will you be coming home tonight?
Yeah, I'm out drinking with a client right now.
I haven't been feeling well since this morning. I have an awful fever. My temperature's over 38 degrees.
Did you catch a cold?
Probably. But if I did, I'm guessing I'm gonna be out of action for at least a few days. I can't promise I'll be able to get out of bed tomorrow. I managed to get Louise off to sleep somehow, but it wasn't easy. Do you think maybe you could talk to Taylor and see if she can be around first thing tomorrow to look after her?
Me? Ask her your goddamn self!
She ignores all of my messages. Even when I manage to talk to her on the few occasions she is around at the house, she just tells me that she's busy and walks away.
What, and you think it's somehow magically gonna change if I ask her?
I just need you to know that I don't think I'm gonna be able to do any housework or look after Louise tomorrow. My fever's getting worse.
You still have a night's sleep ahead of you. I'm sure you'll be feeling fresh as a daisy and ready to go by the morning. Drink some medicine, get some sleep, and quit whining. People used to fight wars with fevers back in my grandparents' day. And you're whining about washing the dishes and changing nappies?
Are you telling me not to rest tomorrow?
Bingo! That's exactly what I'm saying! What are we supposed to do if you're out of action? My mom's too old to do housework or look after Luis, and my sister's too busy. She's not gonna have anyone watch her if you're upstairs lazing around in bed.
Taylor's her mom, for crying out loud.
And you think that means she should take care of her? You're basically her mom at this point anyway. You even started taking her out for monthly meetings with her dad recently, right? If that doesn't make you her mom, I don't know what does.
Sure I did, but still. If this is Taylor's attitude, why was she so eager to take custody? She threatened to take him to court if he didn't back down. If she had no intention of looking after her, she should have just let her live with her dad from the get-go.
Duh, because she wanted child support?
She took on a child she didn't want for money?
From what I hear, she's not doing half bad out of it. Think about it. Her dad works at a major global company, and he's an exec to boot.
Jesus, Gabriel, why don't you seem to care about your sister's horrendous behavior?
Why should I? I'm not the one who has to pay. It ain't my place to play morality police.
Louise is your niece. Don't you feel bad for her?
Why would I when you're here to look after her?
You and your family are really something else.
What the heck did you just say, woman? Are you trying to start a fight with me?
There wouldn't be any point. You're a disgrace of a human being. I can't carry on like this. I'm done pushing myself past breaking point to serve you and your family of ungrateful assholes.
What did you just say? How dare you? You are my wife! Whether you feel up to it or not, you will fulfill your duties around this house. The place better be spotless when I get home, and if there's any duty in Luisi's diaper, there will be hell to pay. You've got another thing coming if you think I'm gonna help you, because I ain't. If you slack on your duties for even a second, we're getting a divorce.
I see. So you're threatening me again.
Oh, it's not a threat. It's a promise. I told you I'd have the papers filed immediately the next time you piss me off. So stop trying to shirk your duties. You would never have gotten ill if you had just taken care of yourself properly like any good wife would. There's all the proof we need that you're not taking this seriously. Hey, Bianca. I want a detailed report on what you're doing right now. Why the heck aren't you home?
That's none of your business.
What did you just say, woman? Don't backchat me, you insolent little upstart. Tell me where you are right this moment. My mom and sister are livid with you. I made it clear I'd divorce you if you slacked on the housework and looking after the kid, didn't I?
Yep, that's why I handed in the divorce papers. I'm not your wife anymore, which means I'm done being your family's live-in house servant.
Huh? Wait, what? You handed in the divorce papers?
That's what I just said, isn't it? Do you struggle with reading comprehension? Bye.
Well, no, wait. My mom needs someone to take care of her. What's she supposed to do without you?
She's still as sharp as a knife mentally, right? I'm sure she'll be fine. By the way, I think there was crap in her diaper when I left. If you can't bring yourself to change it yourself, I suggest you make her crawl to the bathroom and clean herself up. She has plenty of energy to pinch me while I'm helping her and throw things across the room at me when she has a tantrum, so I'm sure she'll be fine.
What about Luis?
I took her to her dad's place.
But Taylor's the one with custody rights. We can take you to court for this. You're in a rude awakening if you think this crap is gonna fly with us, bitch.
Don't worry, I gave him plenty of proof that Taylor never lifts a finger to look after her. So he has all he needs to win a court case if that's what it comes to. He said he'd take care of things from here. Apparently, he's heading out to speak with Child Protective Services later today.
Holy crap! What the hell do you think you're playing at? Have you lost your mind?
You're the one who's a sandwich short of a picnic if you thought I was going to carry on tolerating this forever. I'm the one who's been looking after Louise all this time. You said yourself I was basically her mom. I decided she'd be better off living with her dad than in the shit show of a house you maniacs call a home. Louise never stopped talking about how much she missed her dad and wanted to live with him again. It's as plain as day that she loves him more than Taylor.
You get your ass back here right now!
No can do. I told you, we're already divorced. You guys aren't my problem anymore. I'm not your wife now. We're strangers, Gabriel.
But what about the housework?
I'm sure you'll figure something out, what with having Taylor, the eternal neat princess, living with you and all.
There's no way she'll be able to keep on top of the housework and look after my mom like you were. Do you have any idea how much of a mess you're leaving us in? You can't do this!
Not my problem. How about you take your own advice and use your own goddamn brain to fix your own goddamn problems? The concerns of you and your family are the last thing on my mind.
Bianca, I'm sorry. I should have never said what I said. I take it back. I was never serious about divorcing you.
Wow, I see. So I was right. You were threatening me after all.
No, I mean, it wasn't exactly like that.
Oh, yes it was. You thought you could frighten me into doing whatever you told me to if the threat of divorce was on the table.
But Bianca! What am I supposed to do? You were constantly complaining about how you were at your breaking point from living with my family. Sure, shared living arrangements like ours aren't the most common thing in the world these days. But there are still some people who do it. Take my buddy from work, for example. But unlike you, his wife never complains. I thought maybe you were trying to take advantage of your position as a stay-at-home housewife and live the easy life without doing your fair share of the work.
Shared living arrangements only work when all parties act with kindness and consideration towards one another. I didn't reach breaking point because it was a shared living arrangement. I reached breaking point because of who I was living with. You and your family are not normal. Despite the fact I literally did everything around the house. Housework, looking after Louise, looking after your mom. I got nothing but abuse in return. Never once did I hear a thank you from any of you. Even though I was always going out of my way to make sure you never wanted for anything. Is there a single woman on the planet who'd be happy in a situation like that?
Oh, come on, don't be so dramatic. This is just how families are. Mom and daughter-in-laws fight all the time. It's practically an American tradition at this point.
What? So I was just supposed to carry on putting up with it?
Family is all about overcoming problems together. How are we supposed to make any progress if you run away at the first sign of trouble?
Don't make me laugh. You've got some nerve to try and pull the family card on me. Family don't treat family like slaves, Gabriel. How would you like it if you were in my shoes? Would you be saying the same if you were the one being forced to run a household of 4 all on your own? The only problems you should work on overcoming are problems worth overcoming. There isn't a single good reason why I should carry on working myself to exhaustion, running around like a headless chicken to try and please a family of selfish, ungrateful assholes like you.
I'm sorry.
In the beginning, we were only supposed to live with your mom and sister until Taylor found a new job. And until you found a care home for your mom to live in. But that was all lies, wasn't it? Taylor didn't bother looking for a job, and you didn't bother looking for anywhere for your mom to stay. None of you helped me out around the house. None of you helped me with Louise. None of you helped me look after your mom. Who in their right mind would want to carry on in a situation like that? We're done. Finished.
Bianca, I'm sorry. Well, I'm sorry for forcing you to do so much. I promise, we'll work together as a team from now on. I want to help you. Will you please just come home?
Someone's changed their tune. Are you forgetting whose idea the divorce was? Even if it was just an empty threat, you still went out of your way to get a set of divorce papers and put your signature on them. All I did was sign and file them.
No, we don't have to live with my mom and sister anymore. Please. I'll find us somewhere to live as soon as possible. I'll warn my mom that if they ever do anything to upset you again, they will be held to pay. Please, baby, we can change our ways, I swear. I'm begging you, please, believe me.
How many times did you ignore me when I begged you to stop the way you were treating me? How many times did I tell you how unhappy and stressed out you guys were making me? How convenient that you're suddenly ready to change your ways the moment I tell you it's over. What exactly am I supposed to believe? Anyway, us divorcing ultimately isn't down to your mom or Taylor. Nothing they did could ever have hurt me if you had my back. It's you I'm sick of. This is 100% your responsibility. Before the day was up, my ex-husband Gabriel was banging on the front door of my parents' house where I was staying, screaming, "I'm so sorry, baby," at the top of his lungs. Needless to say, neither me nor my parents had any intention of forgiving him. My dad, who used to be in the military and still had a collection of rifles, went out on the front porch with his AR-15 and glared at Gabriel with a look that could kill. He hightailed it out of there and back to his mom's house faster than a speeding bullet. Taylor's ex-husband won custody of Louise in court after the evidence that his wife was neglecting their child was presented. And now they're living happily together in his villa by the seaside. With that, the tables were turned. And in an epic twist, Taylor was the one now being forced to pay child support. Being broke and unemployed, she was obviously never going to be able to afford it. So Louise's dad ended up paying his daughter's living expenses out of his own salary. No big deal, though. He's loaded. I heard that Gabriel's mom, no longer having me around to wait on her hand and foot, could no longer go to the toilet when she wanted. Apparently, she now spends her days screaming out her son and daughter's names in a frenzied rage whenever her diapers need changing. The neighbors tell me they regularly hear loud thuds on the wall, which I can only assume are the impacts of cucumbers, lamps, and any other household objects unfortunate enough to be nearby when she flips out. Would you believe Gabriel rang me in tears one night begging me to save him? Nope. Gabriel did hire some carers from a private care company for a little while, but they eventually started refusing to come when his mom began getting violent and abusive. Word must spread fast in the industry, because last I heard, every application Gabriel made to put her into a care home got rejected. Taylor, as usual, does nothing in the way of looking after her mom, and fights with her brother are a daily occurrence. How do I know? She called me out of the blue one day and told me what a living hell her life had become. I just gave her the same line they used to give me. "Don't worry, sweetie, that's just how families are," before swiftly putting the phone down and blocking her. Hopefully she has some idea of how much I suffered now. They can carry on being at each other's throats and living in that atmosphere of hostility and hatred for the rest of their lives for all I care. After the divorce, I was finally able to rediscover the joy of having my own free time. I decided to get to work on looking for a new job while resting and relaxing at my parents' place. And to my surprise, I found a job in an office at a distribution company within a few weeks. It's just like they say, when one door closes, another one opens. I feel like I could take on anything when I think of how miserable my life was back then. I heard recently that Louise and her dad are still doing great and living happily together. She just moved up to middle school. Looking back on everything, I'm grateful at least that I was able to play a part in rescuing her from such a toxic environment. I still feel a little down sometimes when I remember what my life was like back then. But I soon feel better when I remind myself I'll never see any of them again. I'm living my life for me now. From here on out, no one's gonna get in the way of my happiness.